Hello all, this is Anis with you. Welcome to my channel. In this video, I have created an image bank CRUD application using JavaScript. This is an excellent JavaScript application. In here, we upload an image to server with complete validations and restrictions so that the junk upload of images are restricted from the users. Let's see the demo of our application. This is the listing screen of our application. In here, we will click the create new link to go to the image creation screen. And then let's select an image to upload. Notice we get the error message saying file sized over 100 KB are not allowed. This happens because I have restricted the acceptable image size to 100 KB in the image validating JavaScript. And then this time let's try to upload an Excel file. Again the upload fails. But this time we get a different error message. It says only JPEG or PNG files are accepted. It makes sense because most of the photos are in either JPEG or PNG format. So I restricted the image validation JavaScript to accept only JPEG or PNG files. This time we are trying to save the record without uploading any image. But the application rejected our request to save the entered data. And it threw an error message saying image not selected to upload. So our request to save the data got failed. Excellent! This application fulfills all the required validations for an image or file upload control. Next, we will try to upload a proper image and see what happens. This time I have selected an image named blueshirt.jpg file and the size of the file is also less than 100 KB. Wow, this time it accepted the uploaded image and it tells the image name, image extension and the image size in bytes in the respected controls. Next, let's click the create button to save the image to the database. Great, this time the image is saved successfully to the database because it passed all the required criterion, so it makes sense to accept the image. This is the path of the image saved by our application. So our application is working fine. Let's see how this application is made. The front end of this application is designed and written using JavaScript, jQuery, CSS and Bootstrap. And then the architecture pattern used here is MVC. MVC is one of the hottest technological pattern used in today's world. Then in server side I have used ASP.NET Core and C#. If you are from other platforms, this part you may skip, but nothing wrong in watching this because we never know which knowledge will be used when. So when knowledge comes for free, then take it up. Then the backend database I used here is SQLite. This time I have used SQLite because I have done many tutorials in SQL Server. By the way, if anyone is wondering what is SQLite, for them SQLite is a standalone database made in C language library. SQLite is the most used database engine in the world. SQLite is built into all mobile phones by default. Okay, that's it with the demo. Let's dive into the development. Start Visual Studio 2019 and name the project as Image Bank and set the project location and click Next. After that, leave the target framework to .NET 5.0 and click Next. Then click Cancel in the Publish dialog. Okay, now project is created. First and foremost, we need to create the image model file. So select Models folder and click New and give the file name as imagemodel.cs and press Add. And next, I have added 3 properties to the model and set all of them as required properties. And now go to NuGet Package Manager for solutions and here click Browse and search for EFcore SQLite. After that, select the first one, Microsoft.Entity Framework Core.SQLite, and then change the version selection box to version 5.0.13. If you select 6.0 version, you will end up in getting errors because this application is targeted to .NET 5. Then after, click the install button and wait for the installation to complete. If you are prompted by the preview changes dialog box, click OK. After that, click I accept in the license acceptance dialog box. I don't think someone ever read the software agreement licenses. Okay, now the EFcore installation is completed. And next, create a folder and name the folder as data. Inside the data folder, create a class file named app.dbcontext. This file is very important. It is the catalog file of your database. Here, all the table names which has to be accessed by EFcore will be added. And next, inherit this class from the dbcontext base class. Then add the constructor method with the required parameters. After that, add a virtual property of type dbset to hold the image model. This will become the table in the database on running the migration commands. Next, we need to add the dbcontext to the services collection. This we do normally in the configure services method of the startup.cs, which is boxed in green. Next, open the appsettings.json and add the SQLite database file name into it. After this, there exists important step. We must install the EFcore tools, otherwise we will not be able to run any migration commands. So type EFcore tools in the search box and press the enter key to start the search. After that, select the highest version of 5.0. By default, it will show the latest version, which is 6.0. But this project we are doing for .NET 5. So we must choose 5.0 versions and press install, then wait for the installation to complete. Then if you are prompted with the preview changes dialog box, click OK and click I accept in the license acceptance dialog box. Okay, now the EFcore tools installation is completed. Next, open the image model file and add the ID column. This column will be the primary key of our table. Actually, I forgot to add this column at the beginning. Then open the package manager console and type add-migration space create db. Then press enter and wait for the command to complete. Then type update-database and press enter. Then wait for the command to complete. Now open your project folder in the Windows File Explorer and notice our SQLite file is created there. Then if you want to open this file and see what is inside, I suggest you to download this beautiful tool called DB Browser for SQLite. This is a free tool, so feel free to download and do your R&D on it. Hello all, making YouTube video takes lot of time and efforts. But all these efforts should have a meaning. So please like, comment and share this video. Thanks a lot. Let's continue to the tutorial. Please do not forget to subscribe to this channel and press the bell icon to get notified. After downloading the DB browser for SQLite, run the DB browser application. Then after, click Open Database and select our image bank database. And then select the images table and click Browse Data. Here we can see the structure of our table. Then close the DB browser. I just want to verify that the table is created properly so that we can continue our development. Actually, this DB browser application is a very useful application. So check all the features by yourself. It is very easy to use. Now open the image model and add a property named image URL. In this property, we are going to save the server file path of the uploaded image file. After that, add another property named uploaded image. This property is of type iform file. This data type is used to store the binary stream of the uploaded file. It can store any type of file. It need not to be an image file. Important point to note here is we have to include the Microsoft.ASP.NET Core.HTTP namespace to use the iform file. Otherwise, we will get the compile error. Then after, go to the NuGet package manager console and in here type add-migration space add image URL and press enter. Then wait for the command to complete. After that, type the update-database and press enter. Then wait for the command to complete. Then select controllers directory and then right click and select the Add Controller menu. After that, enter imagecontroller.cs as the file name and press Add to create the controller. In here, add two read-only private variables. First one of type iWebHost environment to get the access to the server's environment. Then the second one of type appdbcontext. This is to access the database. Then add the constructor method. This method will have two parameters which will be supplied by the dependency injection. Then set underscore context to the context parameter and set the underscore webhost environment to the webhost parameter. Then after, add the http get web create method. In this method, we will create image model variable and pass this variable to the returning view. And next, add the http post create method. This method is to receive the filled up image model from the submitted form of the web browser and will be saved to the database. After that, let's write a function to save the uploaded binary stream of the image model in the images folder inside the www root folder. After that, the method will return the unique file name of the image to the caller function. In here, first we check whether the user has uploaded the file or not. If the user has uploaded the file, then we get the root path of the hosting directory. This will return the path of the www root folder. After that, we add the images to the web root path since we want to store the file in the images folder. After that, we want to give a unique file name to save the file. So we use the gid.newGid method to get a new gid. Gid means globally unique identifier and it is very difficult to find a duplicate of it. Then we use the path.combine method to combine the file name with the uploaded folder name. Finally, we save the uploaded file to the images folder using the copy to method of the iform file interface. After that, go to the http post create method and set the image model.image URL to the unique file name. Then attach the model to the DB context and change the state of the model to entity_state.added. Then call the context.savechanges method to add the record to the database and call the index action to list the image record. Then let's go to the index action method. Here we need to create a list of type image model and set that list to context.images.toList. Then pass this list to the view to display on the screen. Now we need to create the views for our images controller. So click the views folder and then right click and select add new folder, then rename the folder to images. After that, right click the images folder and click add and then click view. And in here select empty Reza view and click add. And leave the file name as index.cshtml and then press add. I have created the codes for index.cshtml in offline because I copied it from one of my project. Let me explain the code. Here first we are adding the IEnumerable of image model. Then we have the link for the create action. After that, we created a table and we added the table head for the table. In this table head, we have 6 th tags. Then let's add the table body section. In here, we use the for each loop to list down all the models of the image model collection which is supplied by the controller. In the first column, we display the model's ID and then we display the image column. After that, name column followed by the image URL and image size. Then after, we display the edit, details and delete links. Then open the layouts.cshtml and copy the li item of home link and paste it below. Then change the text of a tag to images in the pasted li item. After that, change the ASP-controller to images in the pasted li item. Okay, all set to go. Let's run the application. Yes, it is working fine. Now let's click the create new link. Oh, errors. It is okay. It happens. We only learn from our errors. But most of the time it's all silly errors. Actually, we haven't created the create.cs HTML, but before that we click the create new link, so the application throw error. So go to the Solution Explorer and then right click the images folder which is inside the views folder and then click add view. And in here select Reza view empty and press add button. Then give the name for the file as create.cs HTML and press the add button. Okay, now the empty file is created successfully. In here I am going to add the HTMLs of the recording and will explain you. Let's have a look at the HTML which I created off the screen. First line, we are adding the model. Then I have created a div with code class. After that I have added the code header. After that added a div with code body class and kept the create form inside it. Let's have the output of this code. Wait, I have not shown the complete code yet, so no confusion. After completing the code, the output screen will be like this. Let's expand the first div. Here we have two divs. First one is with the bootstrap class called -8 and the second one is with the bootstrap class called -4. The first is to keep the text box controls and the second is to display the image control. Let's expand the first div. Inside this we have created the input controls for the image model properties. Let's see the code and the output side by side. To have a better understanding of the code, it's very important that you understand every part of the code. Now expand the second div. This div has the code to create the image control and the file upload control. The line boxed in the green will create the file upload control because the data type of the upload image property is iform file. So MVC displays the file upload control. Let's see the output of this div. I have boxed the image part in green color to have a better understanding. Then after, let's expand the div which is boxed in green. In this div, I have created the codes to display the back and submit buttons. In case if you wish to see the complete code in one shot, here it is. I will slowly scroll. If you want to take the screenshot of the complete code, please go ahead and take it. Okay, now we are completed creating the create.cs HTML. Let's run the application and navigate to the create screen. In here, let's try to upload an image. We selected the image, but nothing happens. We have no idea whether it is attached to the form or not. Actually, the image is attached, but by default the file upload control will not display the uploaded image details here. So we have to add a JavaScript function to preview the image in the image control. This we do by using the script which is boxed in the green. Let's try to upload the image again. Wow, this time the preview of the image is getting displayed in the image preview control as expected. Let's try with many images. Yes, it is working for all the images. But still the image name is not displayed in the file upload control. Notice it still says choose file, but the user has already uploaded the file. This is misleading. So this has to be fixed. No worries, we will fix it. Add this jQuery script in the script section. This will display the file name in the file upload control. Let's upload the file again. Now notice the file name is displayed in the file upload control as soon as we select the file. That's awesome. Then after, I want to make the image extension text box and the image size text box to read only, and I want to set the value to these controls using JavaScript. So let's add the ID to these controls because JavaScript works well with IDs and classes of the controls. Then add the read only attribute to these controls. After that, do the same for the image size text box also. And next I have added a script to get and set the file extension and file size to the respective controls. First, we declare variable named fsize. Then we get the size of the uploaded file in bytes and set this to the variable. Then we want to get the uploaded file name. This we do by using the value property of the file upload control and splitting the value property to get only the file name. But why we split? Because the value property will have path and file name in it, but we want only the file name, so we split. Then one more important point here. Path means not the actual path. JavaScript has no access to get the actual path. The browser will give a dummy path with real file name. Then after, we split the file name to get only the extension by using the pop method of the JavaScript. After that, we set the file size to image size text control using the document.getElementById. Then in the same way, we set the file extension to the image extension text box. Okay, we are almost done. Let's select the image again. This time we will select a people's photographs. Notice, as soon as I select the photograph, the name of the photograph appeared on the file upload control. Then the extension of the photograph is displayed in the extension text box and the size of the photograph is displayed in the image size text box. That's great script, isn't it? Then let's give a descriptive name to the image file and save it. Wow, the image is saved to the database. But why the image thumbnail is not displayed in the listing page? Let's check and fix it. First, we will go to the images directory inside the www root directory to check if the image is saved or not. Oh, our image is not saved to the directory. Something went wrong. Actually, very big flap. Okay, let's go to the code window. If you are attaching any files to this form submit, then you must add the enc type attribute to the form. So add enc type attribute and set it to multipart/form-data. Now go to the image creation screen and let's upload an image and click the create button to save the image. Yes, this time the image is saved successfully. Wow, that's great. But the problem here is we are not doing any validations before saving the image file, and the user is allowed to upload any type of the file. For example, let's try to upload a HTML file. Yes, it accepted the HTML file because file upload control does not do any validations. Let's click create button and try to save the HTML file. Yes, the file got saved. This is wrong. We must accept only image files. So it would be better if we do the image validations and restrict the user to select only the image files. So let's do that. First, go to the code window and add a JavaScript function to check if the file extension is valid. We will name this function as isExtensionValid. This function will check if the extension is equals to JPEG or PNG and return empty string if the condition is satisfied. Otherwise, we'll throw the error message. And then go to the image upload change event listener script. In here, add the code to do the image extension validation. Then after, let's build and run the application. Now let's try to upload a HTML file. Notice we get error message alert saying only JPEG or PNG files are accepted. Here one important point to notice, even though we are able to raise the error message, but we are not able to prevent the file upload. Actually, the file is uploaded to the file upload control. Here we don't want to display the file name if the file type is not a valid image file. So cut the jQuery script which display the file name and paste it after the validation code, so that if the validation fails, the file name will not be shown. Now do the same action again. This time notice the file upload control text is not changed, but the image preview control try to load the uploaded image and it is not able to load a HTML file, so it shows an ugly image missing icon. That's not a good user experience, so we should do something for this also. This happens because we have written the image preview script directly on the change event. So this script first executes even before our jQuery listener script start executing. We don't want this to happen. So cut the script from here and then scroll down to the jQuery script section. In here, paste the copied script and delete the word on change equals to from the script, and then remove the double quotations and add the semicolon to the end of the line. After that, build and run the application. Now let's try to upload a HTML file through the upload control. Notice this time the validations are working perfectly. The image control preview is not lost and the file control caption is also not changed. At the same time, if we upload a proper image file, then we get the preview of the image and also we get the image name displayed in the upload control text. So we successfully done the image extension checking validation. And next we need to do the image size checking validation. I want to add a condition to reject the images sized over 100 KB. So copy the isExtensionValid function and paste it below. After that, in the pasted code block, rename the name of the function to isFileSizeValid. And then change the parameter name to fsize and delete the existing if block from the pasted code. After that, let's add the functionality which is going to compare the file size. First, convert the received file size parameter which is in bytes to KB. To do that, we divide it by 1024. Then after, we check is the file size in KB is greater than 100. If so, then we return the error message or else we return the empty message. Okay, then scroll up to the jQuery script which does the validations. In here, add the new code in which we set the variable error to isFileSizeValid of fsize. After that, copy the if statement which is checking the file extension and paste it below. Now let's run the application and select a exe file. Notice we get an error message. This is from the first validation script, so press OK. And this time select a JPEG image file with size over 100 KB. Look, we get the error message saying files sized over 100 KB are not allowed. This message is from our second validation script, so both the validations are working fine. After that, select an image file which is less than 100 KB. Perfect. This time we did not get any errors. The image file is attached to the form successfully and the details of the image are also set to their respective controls. And then the next major issue in this application is it accepts the form without the image attachment. For example, I am entering only the descriptive name of the image and I forgot to attach the image and press create button. And here I did not get any error and the record is saved without the image. This is an issue. So to overcome this issue, we will create a solution. First, create a hidden variable for the image URL property of the model. Then add the value and set the default value to error. Then after, go to the script section and add a new JavaScript function named validateForm. And inside this function, check the value of the image URL property. If it is error, then raise an error message saying image not selected to upload. Then the important step comes. Scroll up the file to locate the form tag. And in here, add the event attribute onSubmit and set the onSubmit attribute to return validateForm. This we do to force the form to call our validate form function before submitting the form. And now let's try to enter only the name and press create. Notice we get the error message saying image not selected to upload, and it is not allowing us to submit the form without the attachment. Wonderful! So now we have implemented all the three validations, which is very much needed for any image upload project. But one more issue we have here. This time I selected the proper image and attached to the form, but still I get the error saying image not selected to upload. We made a mistake, I think. No worries, we will fix it. Go back to the code window and scroll down to locate the last line of the jQuery script. And in here, set the image URL text box to the file name of the selected image. This we do by calling the document.getElementById of image URL.value to file name. All set to go. Let's add a new image named red image and attach the image of a red t-shirt, and we'll press the create button. Wow, this time the image is saved properly. That's very nice. Actually, I enjoy coding, but now I started to enjoy teaching. But for your information, displaying the alerts are old style. Now the users does not like the alert windows. In today's world, users prefer to see the error message below the control which creates that error as shown in the screen. So to achieve this, first we will cut all the validation code and will keep in a new method named isImageValid. This method needs both the size and extension parameters to check the validation requirements. This is the complete code of the validation method isImageValid. So have a look and make a note of it. Then after, call the isImageValid in the onChange event handler by passing the file size and file extension parameters. After that, scroll up and locate the HTML code of the file upload control. And then, just above the file upload control, add a new span element and set the ID of the span element to image error with the default message as please choose an image. And also don't forget to add the text dash danger and invisible bootstrap classes to this span element, because we want to keep the span element invisible to the user until an error condition is met. Then in the beginning of the onChange event handler method, add the JavaScript to keep the error message span to invisible. This we do by adding the invisible class to the class list and remove the visible class from the class list. After that, scroll down slightly to locate the isImageValid method calling line. In here, above this, add a variable named error. Then set this error to the result of isImageValid by calling it with the parameters file size and file extension. And next, check the error variable for empty string. If it is empty string, then the selected image is valid. Otherwise, we need to display the error span element. So inside this error condition checking code block, add the JavaScript code to make the error span element to visible with the retrieved error message. Let's build and run the application. After that, we will try to upload an image file sized over 100 KB. Yes, the error alert is displaying, and mainly the error span element is displaying the error message file sized over 100 KB are not allowed. This is what we want. Likewise, when we try to upload a non-image file, then the error message only JPEG or PNG files are accepted is getting displayed in the span error element. Then after, let's go back to the code window and comment the alert messages, because we want to get rid of the alert windows. That's also one of the objective of this video. And then copy the green box scripts from the onChange event handler. And then scroll down and paste it to the validate form function. Then set the variable error to isImageSelected. After that, delete the script shown in the red box and add return false to the if condition block. Now let's build and run the application. First, let's try to upload an image file sized over 100 KB. Yes, we get the error message displayed in the error span element, and mainly the ugly alert window is not displayed. This time we will try to upload a non-image file. Wow, this also works fine. We get the error message saying only JPEG or PNG files are accepted. After that, this time we will try to save the form without attaching the image. Now we get the error message saying image not selected to upload. So all the three validation conditions are working fine. Next, let's try to upload a proper image. I am uploading an image of a black t-shirt. Wow, now we get all the details of the image is populated to the respective controls. That's fine. Let's click the create button. Saved. So we are done and achieved all the objective of this tutorial. With this, I am completing this video. Before I sign off, I request you to subscribe and share this video. I would appreciate if you would like and subscribe to this channel so that you will be notified for all of the new videos that I will be posting. Thank you and bye for now.